The first time I tried watching Kids in the Slope must have been back when I was around 14. At episode 2 I decided that this show is too gay for me and I'm only watching it because other people say it's good. I don't even like it. Now you have to understand that this is the same brain that unironically thought Strike the Blood was an acceptable thing for people to watch. This person is a brain-dead retard that only watches anime for the sex and violence. So the idea of coming into a show where two men try to hide their latent feelings of homosexuality towards one another in 1960s Japan, with a passion for a genre of music that nobody under the age of 50 has cared about, seemed cringy and gay. I bring this up because I'm aware that there are a lot of degenerates who are just like 14-year-old me. And to them I say, put this on your plan to watch list, wait a few years, you'll understand when you're older, and I understand that that makes me seem like the biggest wanker in the world right now. Kids on the Slope is a celebration of all kinds of passions within the world. Whether it's a friendship with somebody you never expected, a love that you know will never bear its fruits, or the fun, wild swing of jazz music that serves as the musical landscape for what you are experiencing. Every single emotional beat of the show is created with such a passionate understanding of the source material and why the setting works so well for everything that it's trying to achieve, that it becomes impossible not to have a good time watching the show once you've matured enough to become somebody with feelings. The biggest strength that this show has going for it is without a doubt its attention to detail with its musical performances. And I'm not just talking about how impeccably animated they are, although that is an obvious plus. There was clearly a lot of time and effort put into the song selection and how it relates to the characters. From the immediately enjoyable swing of Moanin', to the emotional subtlety of Someday My Prince Will Come, to the cultural relevance of my favourite things. Kids on the Slope relishes in the opportunity to abandon words to express itself, and sacrifice their role to the music being played. All of this culminates in what I can easily consider one of the best musical performances in an anime, that even rivals the God Knows scene from Haruhi Suzumiya. That's not to say that this show is without its faults. There was some questionable developments in the plot that I can only assume originate from the manga that this is based off of, that I never read, that only really gets worse as the series develops, especially in that last episode, which absolutely has to be talked about. Watanabe. What the fuck? You can't just develop a show and get me all excited for a big triumphant climax and then surprise car crash for no reason and bail at the last episode. This in and of itself was actually quite enjoyable as an unexpected plot twist with major ramifications for what happens next, but then you had the dom of the relationship run away, and then an 8-year time skip where they meet up again and play the same jazz song they already played together in high school. All this time skip served to do was to give more closure to an already concluded character arc, and do absolutely nothing for the main romance and friendship aside from waste everyone's time. Was it to show that they would always be friends? Because having one of the main characters run away kinda serves the opposite purpose of expressing that message. I get that this rant will do nothing but piss off fans of the show and confuse those who haven't seen it, because I still love this show and think that you should watch it. But this ending just seemed to be a really clumsy conclusion to a genuinely great show. I know that I've been very critical throughout this review, but I do genuinely love the series and think that every fan of melodramatic anime romances should watch it. It's perfect for when you're alone, and your Kokoro is Brokoro. Especially because, you know, I'm recording this in the middle of lockdown, which is fucking 8 out of 10.